Hello everyone, we are in Shiner, Texas. Now according to the sign in Shiner, Texas, they claim to be the cleanest town in Texas. So they claim to, according to the sign, say that they're the cleanest town, but we Texans know Shiner for Shiner beer. That's what they're really known for. But before we go check that out, because we're going to have to, let's check out the downtown. And to start, well, we got our little antique store right there, the Rain Tree Floral and Gift Shop and Antiques, next to the Opera House. That's a beautiful old building from 1895. Look at those windows. Can you imagine how cool that'd look if those were exposed? So we'll walk down this alleyway, take a look at the profile of this building. And the Upper House ends right here, and next to that is the Coke building. Which is also part of the theater. And the studio, which I wonder if that's also part of the theater. Who knows? But across the street is something very interesting, and it is the Amish Furniture. It's called South Texas Amish Furniture, and in front of it is an Amish wagon, which I have never seen one of these in person before, so we're going to take a look at that. That is very cool. That's what the Amish ride around in. And this is an old 1911 building, Walters Brothers. So the Amish Furniture Building is not not open today, unfortunately. So I cannot buy me some well-made furniture today. But look at this whole building, it's very beautiful. Of course the Amish would pick a nice building like that. Looks like it needs to have a little bit of repair on the gutters though. Alright. And next to it is another building that was part of the Walters. This building right here appears to be under renovation. Very beautiful brickwork on the top and also above the windows. Yep, Walters, as it says right there, Walters Brothers. Peachtree Emporium. You got an attorney's office, which is defunct, next to a Subway cafe. There's several empty buildings in this town, so if you want to be part of Shiner's history, there are opportunities for you to buy or rent or lease or whatever. And this is a beautiful building right here. Is the Palace Saloon. And you can see they sell all different beers, but you probably should only be drinking in Shiner and Shiner. This building was built in 1911. Yeah, these buildings built in the first half of the 20th century have a certain style about them. It's not as ornate as the earlier ones, like the 1800s, but they're still cool. Well, we got an antique store right here. And this is a very interesting building right here. It does not appear to be occupied. But look at that architecture. Okay, so this is occupied by DSD Services. Very interesting. There's the profile of that building. It goes dark, it goes deep. And here's the Shiner Diner. With 2 gas tanks. Maybe this was a gas station at some point? I didn't know they looked like that. So that's the Shiner Diner. And right next to it is something that looks interesting. Oh, the Shiner Diner is what they were renovating. It's the greenhouse from 1853. Wow. Nice chimney right there. So that's a really old house. Okay. We're going to cross the street. 1 second. All right, here's the City Hall from 1927. Very nice architecture. There's the Shiner Police Department. There's a little historical marker that tells you a little about the origins of this town. It was born by German and Czech people, and many still live here. Well, yep, good old 20s architecture. Got an administrative office. There's a better look at that building we looked at earlier from this side. You appreciate those little steeple things or those columns, and very nice. There's a little more modern building right here next to an empty building, although it's been restored, so there's an opportunity for somebody. And an antique store. come drinking shop, antiques, art, and beer. There you go. That's good marketing right there. Let's say you're out antiquing, but the person with you doesn't want to antique. Well, they can grab themselves a drink while you look around, or vice versa. Here's another look at that Shiner, bar. We're looking at that because the one I'm right next to isn't very interesting. Yeah, the Palace Saloon, very cool. All right. And we got the bank right here. So we'll fast forward to across the road. There's a couple more things to see. Okay. On the other side of the railroad tracks, we have a few more things to see. We got this nice 1924 building, which is Justice of the Peace. And we're going to walk around this corner. As you can see, this town is bisected by a railroad track and a very busy road, but you can pretty much see the entire town from here. Very nice. But there's a little bit on this side of the road too. We're going to check that out real quick. There you go. And that ends it at the Circle K. All right, this was Shiner, Texas, everybody. There's a very pretty architecture in this town. The people are nice, so I encourage y'all to come over here. And remember, you're all dearly loved. Probably should have started the video from this vantage point. I need to plan my videos a little better. Oh well. Next time. See y'all.